When we think about the degradation of NFL players' mental health, we often think about head injuries, concussions, or CTE. We don't often think about the other side of things that causes these NFL players to unfortunately cause harm to themselves or others. That being the treatment from the NFL teams themselves, from fans, and other players. Today we're going to be talking about the passing of Rondale Moore, who unfortunately took his own life on February 21st of this year. We're going to be talking about some players who have come out and called out the NFL as a result of his passing, calling out the treatment from the organizations, from the fans, and also exposing certain NFL players and their so-called support for mental health. Following the passing of Rondale Moore, former Pittsburgh Steelers and Los Angeles Chargers defensive tackle Breiden Fehoko came up to speak about how the NFL treats its players and calling them out for their supposed support for mental health. Fehoko stated on Twitter and Instagram, "I'm gonna keep it a stack, I don't care. I'm retired, I'll say what I want. These NFL teams come out here and post these mental health awareness posts talking about they care about players, don't be afraid to reach out, etc. All they care about is what you bring to the table when it's game day. Most players don't want to get help inside of the building of an NFL organization because they know you'll get looked at differently. You go to a staff member, tell them you're struggling, watch how different they start treating and looking at you. I've seen it firsthand. I'll start believing they care about player health when the owner, GM, and head coach treat everyone on that roster the same from the franchise QB to the janitor. Until then, don't tell me they care because they posted some hotline number when shit like this happens." Fehoko was a former NFL player who played for my Pittsburgh Steelers, so it's pretty good authority on talking about how players are treated and how organizations view them. When he put out this tweet and Instagram message, there was a lot of backlash from former NFL players as well. That's honestly baffling, and it shows that the organizations and the media themselves are even making the players turn against their own supposed brothers. It's supposed to be a brotherhood. These players are going to war every single day playing, and they're not even having each other's back when it comes to scenarios like these. Next, we're going to talk about Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is a current NFL tight end for the Atlanta Falcons, who was a really close friend of Rondale Moore. Pitts showed up to Moore's funeral as, again, they were really close friends, where he noticed a really big discrepancy of NFL players and teammates of Moore's that did not show up. Pitts, in an Instagram story when showing up to the funeral, stated, "Crazy how only about 6, maybe 7 of your teammates in the NFL showed up for you today, SMFH. All that talk and fake emotion and nobody wants to show up to lay you to rest. Just at a loss of words." Through all the hate and backlash and clear lack of support behind closed doors, it's very evident that the NFL, media, and fan bases too clearly don't care about these players as much as they say they do. You can put up as many suicide hotlines as you want, but that doesn't mean that you care. That's just pretending that you care. Putting on a facade to maintain a business, to maintain an organization, to maintain an image. Personally, I believe maintaining a positive image for your organization is taking care of your players, taking care of your fans, taking care of your staff. This falls on each individual organization to do it themselves. Rondale Moore didn't suffer any documented head injuries, according to Yahoo Sports. You can even go out and check his injury report. He didn't suffer a lot of head injuries, if any at all. Most of his injuries were in his lower body. You can't chalk it up to CTE. You can't chalk it up to concussions. It has to be something else, which is, unfortunately, the pressures of playing for an NFL team and the lack of support that he received when he was alive from both his teammates, the players, and the fans. Mental health is no joke, and it's something that we all collectively need to start taking very seriously. There are plenty of things we can do. For example, sports analysts always want to bring in personal things about players or say hurtfully insulting comments. There's a difference between, "I don't think this player is performing particularly well," to "this player needs to be off an NFL team, he's a scrub." There's a difference between the two things there. There's things that they could do. You can get better treatment from the teams themselves. You could have teammates actually be willing to listen to what their other teammates have to say and not immediately invalidate them just because of something that happened in their past or because they had a good experience with somebody else. Everyone's experience matters, the good and the bad. And it's important that we hear all of them and take every single one into an account when we're trying to push forward in making mental health for these NFL players more of a priority. Thank you.